Hello friends, welcome to Wink Ice. So today I'm going to tell about Route 53, which also acts like service discovery registry. Usually Route 53 is managed DNS, so domain name service or system, whatever you can say. So DNS is a collection of rules and records which helps clients to understand, and it will help how to reach to a particular server through its domain name. So this is Route 53. So whenever you have your website, and if you want to you have your DNS name and domain name, and if you want to connect to any of your microservice application, you should use Route 53, which will point to that particular server. But it also helps in service discovery. So the alternative for service discovery nowadays is Eureka server. So where the producer and the consumer both will register itself, and whenever the request comes, the request first goes to the Eureka server and get to know what is the service name for that one. Usually it works with namespaces, like by name it will be pointing the different servers or the services. Say suppose in my example, what I'm going to demo today is like lookup is a consumer and time is a producer. So when lookup wants some data, or when it connects to the producer, it will not connect with the IP address. It will connect by name. And if assume time has multiple instances like replica sets, where multiple replications will be having for the performance. So if you don't have this kind of a discovery, you end up in problem like which IP or which service I need to hit for, because all serves the same, and how to connect that one. So this discovery helps us to identify one among them will come to you by name. Say suppose time.winkice.com with the port, if I give, it will point to one of the service and it will serve you the request. So what I'm going to demo or create today is, so I'll be having one load balancer, and which is the internet facing, and I'm going to create two target groups, and those target groups will be pointing to port 80 and 82 and 83 with like a path request like slash lookup slash time and all. Suppose a request comes with 8082 slash lookup, it will point to the target group 1. If it comes with slash time, it will point to target group 2, and this way it will serve. So usually if you see my target so assume if I want to see the time with the load balancer, say multiple the traffic is more, multiple people are requesting for the time, so that time that load balancer will distribute the load among these two services. This is the one normal flow. So another flow which I am going to demo today is, so the request comes from the internet saying I want to know the time. So my URL is this URL :8082 /time lookup /time. So request goes to the target group and it routes to particular service, and from this service, now this service is looking for a DNS name called timewinks.com. So it will point to this one and it will get the current time and it sends back the response. So this is my demo today. Like I'm going to do a hands-on coding on that one. So if you have any doubts, you ping me or means put the comments below under this demo. And I'll be giving more description about the code and GitHub or the Docker Hub repository. So yeah, mainly I'll be creating initially a load balancer, a target group, and a cluster. In the cluster, I'll be defining a task definition, and in the task definition, I'll be pointing to two images which is available in the Docker Hub repository. Okay, so I think we are okay with this particular design. This is how actually the microservice may talk each other. One of the way I can say, I am not fully guaranteeing like this is the only way the microservice architecture works. This is one of the way and the best way to design a microservice architecture. And I'm not telling like beyond this particular load balancer to the internet. I'm not defining anything like gateway and all. So that is a good practice if we have a API gateway, and then it will connect to the load balancer. That I may design or demo it in some other demo, but currently I'll start with this one, so that if you put points and points together, then we can join the points later to understand the full microservice architecture. So for the delay, let's start the demo. Thank you. Okay, now we'll start with load balancer. So as we know, load balancer is mainly meant for dividing the traffic or to reduce the load in between the service. Like if you have multiple instances of service, and when the traffic is more, it will equally distribute the traffic among the services. Okay, for that we need to create a load balancer and a target group. Target group is only meant for which target it has to approach when the load comes to the same load balancer. So load balancer is available in EC2 services. If we come down a little bit, here we can see. So let me start with the target group first, then the load balancer. So target group, I'll create one target group for lookup service first, and I'll pick the IP address, because when we are deploying or when we are starting the services, that time for the microservice we are providing the A type record for Route 53. So usually A type record means like we are actually mapping a domain name to the IP address, and it will be a private domain name. So we'll point to that domain name, but internally it will pick the IP address. So I'll start with 8082 port number, and health check will be actuator. Actuator/health. So I'll give the name, target group name as lookup TG, and next, and we can create easily. Create. Okay, one target group is ready, which is for port 8082. Next target group is again same steps, IP address. Here I'll give time TG, which is for time service, and 8083 is my next port. I'm going to add it, and health check is actuator/health. Next, create. So now we have two Oh my god, I think I did it for 4. Let me edit this one. So I wrongly put the target report. Okay, cancel. Let's edit target. On this one, let me check. Okay, let's delete this one, create again. Okay, sorry for that. IP, this for target group, time TG 8083 creator health. Next, 4883 create. Right, so 82 and 83 I have created. Now it's time to create load balancer. So load balancer, I'll pick HTTP and HTTPS. I'll give discovery example ELB. Okay, and it's internet facing with IP4. Okay, IP4 means the IP address will be a four categories, like x dot x dot x dot x kind of thing. So it is 83 and 82 both. It will listen HTTP 82, and I'll pick default VPC configure. And since I'm not using HTTPS, I'll skip this one. So security group I have already created before. If you want, you can create a new one like this. Since I already had discovery server security group, so it is actually having security group for inbound 8082 and 8083. Next, target group, I'll go for existing target groups, which is lookup service first, 8082 equator. Okay, next, and next, and finish. Okay, so since I have attached target group only one, now it's time to attach another target group using listeners. So here add listener. So I'll add action. So if has something gone wrong, okay. So I have two listeners, right, already present, and 8082 both are pointing to target group, this one. So what I'll do is 8082 I'll point to target group, which is lookup target group, but 8083 I will point, I'm sorry, I think the screen is a bit not visible. I'll still help you out. So this 8083, what I'll do is I'll edit it, and I want to map to another target group. Okay, so it went there. edit. This is fine. So I'll delete this. Okay. I'll save this one. So it's 8083 forwards to time TG. Okay, but still it is not clear because when it has to do, it will be not knowing this one. So what I'll do is I'll save this and add one more rule saying like if the path is having /time, then I'll forward to the target group time. This is a bit clear than that one. Let me check, can I delete this default one? Save. If I want to reduce, which one to pick? Oh, I think in the default one it won't do. Only thing is the new one which I have created, it will be allowing. That's fine for me. So for the another one 8082 still we need to edit because it is directly pointing to the slash, but I want it should be added one more rule where I say path is /lookup. I want to forward this one to target group lookup. Okay, save. Yep, so this much only. And so we created a discovery server, example load balancer, and we are pointing to these two listeners. I hope now it is more clear. Sorry for that. Monitoring integration is fine. Usually it will take round robin way. So this will be our address in future. So I'll just copy and put it here. So it says 503 is temporary unavailable because I haven't started my service yet. I just created the load balance. Okay. Now next step is to create a service, not one, two service with two replicas. Okay. Okay, now it's time to create services. I'm going to create two services. One is lookup and another is time. So lookup will call internally the time service by service discovery and get the current time and display in lookup service. So before I start, in the WinkEyes profile, I have to create in the Docker Hub, I have two containers. One is WinkEyes /lookup, WinkEyes /time. So using these two containers, I'm going to create those two services, and each service I'm going to create two replica sets. So total 4 services will be running, and I'll show you the demo right now. Okay, let's start. So first we need to create the task definition for this one. Okay, I think I have two already which was created, and I'll create a new task definition so that it will be easy for you to how to write the task definition. Next, so I'll give lookup task def, give the name like that. So since it's a lookup, I'm going to give the memory minimum how much ever it requires. Since it's a small application, it won't be requiring much. So Now I'll create a container. I'll give lookup container, and I use Bing ice slash lookup latest. So latest means latest code will come to the application. 122 soft limit I will give. Port I'll be mapping 80 82. Okay, and yeah, here we need to provide local environment variables. So in this lookup application I am calling the time services, which is dynamically it will pick from the application.yaml. So what I do is I have given the namespace for that one, which is which I have the name called time service, and the value is time. So this key is available in the property file, and it will be looking for the value time. So since if you run in the local, usually you specify in the environment variables. Same way I am specifying in the container level, so that when container starts, this value will be applicable for that one. Okay, and I think that's it. I'll go and add. I'll pretty much enough create. Okay, so now what I do is I'll create one more task definition, which is for time. Oh, sorry, I went for new revision. Create a new task definition, forget, and here I'll put lookup, not lookup, it is time task def. I'll keep the role same role, and give minimum memories, and I'll add a container. Here it is time container. So I'll use Bing ice slash time latest 128. Port is 8083. And since I don't have any value or environment variable need to be set up for this one, I'm keeping blank. Okay, let's create this one. Add, create, new task definition. Let's go to the main. So two are there, lookup task def and time task def. Two task definition are available now. Okay, now it's time to create a cluster. Create cluster, networking only, forget. Next, my cluster name is microservice cluster. Example, create. Okay, created. Now first let me create a service for time. Create forget, and I'll take time task definition. Okay, service name is time Wink Ice service, and number of tasks I'll put it for 2. So 2 replica sets will be created. It will be rolling update. Next, take the default VPC and service group also, security group, which was already present, which I have created before, Discovery SG, which contains 80, 83 and 82 ports inbound. Now it's time to plug in application load balancer. So Discovery XALB load balancer, which we already created, and it will be mapping to 8083 port. Add the load balancer, create 8083. I'll take time target group, and here is the time where we have to provide our DNS name, private DNS name. So winkice.com is the DNS name, and which was already I have created. So otherwise you can create a new private namespace, but I have since already created, I am taking this one only. So existing service group, if it is available, I'll take. No, it is not there. So I'll take time as the namespace. So the service which I'm going to create has a DNS name called timewinkice.com. So any other microservice which wants to consume this particular service should point to time.winkice.com. So it's a DNS record type EA. EA means so it will be hosting my DNS name to the port. I press next. So TTL I'll provide 3, time to leave. Next, create service. Let's wait. Okay, so it has been created. Let's view once again. Okay, it is for type 3, and my discovery name is time.winks.com. Okay, so let's go for the task. So here we can see 2 tasks because I have mentioned 2 replica sets. I'll refresh. It is getting activated. Meanwhile, I'll pick any of them, one of the tasks. So here we can see the CloudWatch, whether the service is coming up or not. Yeah, it is coming up. So time application is coming up and it is started. Let's test with the public IP which is already given. So as I said, type A means the host name, which is time.winkice.com, will be mapped to this particular IP. And since we have 2 tasks running, 2 IPs will be created and both will be referring to the same name. So I'll take this one. I'll go for the browser, provide :et83/time/today. Yes, so we can see today's date it is coming up. So this is my producer. Okay, and let's see whether from AWS URL, which is DNS server name which is given, from there it is coming or not. Colon 8083 /time/today. Yes, it is coming. So one of my service is up and ready. Okay, now let's take the second one. We'll create another service. I'll go to service again. So create a new service which is a lookup. It's loading a bit. Forget. Task definition, I'll take lookup task definition. Service name is lookup Wink Eyes service. You can give any name. Here also I am giving 2 replica sets. Next, we need to add it to default VPC, or you can create your own private VPC and you can add it. Existing security group, discovery SG. So I'm following the same steps initially what I have done for application load balancer. It is the same, but now it is pointing to 8082 port. Add the load balancer, put 8082, and target group is lookup target group. Okay, looks good. Okay, next we'll go for the discovery. So here I'll take the same DNS name and I'll take another which was already initially created as look, one of the service name. So since suppose no, I don't, this look count looks good, I'll take another one. Name is lookup. Okay, so whoever creates another consumer application or another microservice, and which is looking for a output from lookup service, so they have to point now to lookup.winkeyes.com. Since I'm using only 2 services, one is producer and one consumer, so currently for this application this is consumer and the time service is a producer, and it's again a type. I'll give TTL is 3 seconds. Next, and create service. So it will be creating. Let's view the service. Let's do application is about to start. Let's see the DNS name. Yes, we can see lookup.winks.com. Let us see what's happening. Pending, it is in still pending state. Let's wait, it should be running state sooner. Yes. So now I can go for the logs first. So CloudWatch, if you see any issues are there for the service. Still spinning up. Yes, so server started, application started. Let's come back and check public IP is working fine. I'll put :8082/lookup/time. something went wrong. Oh, sorry, spelling mistake. Yes. So this is a consumer application. When I hit time, it is going to the time service application, pulling the current time and showing up here. Hope you guys understood what I want to say. So this is how Discovery Server or Route 53 Discovery Server works. Service registry, I can say. So initially there was a Eureka server where they used to initiate all these kind of service discoveries. But since now AWS is providing, no need to create one more microservice which is Discovery Server as Eureka and look for the DNS names and all. Now AWS itself provides. I hope this demo helps you to understand the Discovery Registry. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please press like button and subscribe my channel for the further updates. Thank you very much.